You mentioned the USDA facilities up in Ames. Do you still consider them to be accomplishment number one?
Well, that is obviously the largest public works project the USDA has ever attempted and accomplished. That was huge, but I really think long term what we've been able to do to help constituents, whether it's some problems they've had. I've had great staff that's been very much involved. When people have visa problems, they call in the middle of the night and somebody's stuck someplace and you're able to help them. That I get greatest satisfaction out of that also. And certainly I think the work we've done with the National Guard, making the members of the National Guard eligible for TRICARE, the health insurance, when they're not deployed, was a huge thing for me. It really brings those families, gives them an opportunity to have some security, and makes that much easier to do the great service they do for our country.
What's your biggest regret?
My biggest regret is that we never got a big deal to address long-term solvency of Social Security, of Medicare, to the national debt of $18 trillion. We have unfunded liabilities of probably well over $100 trillion out there that no one's talking about. But to have a big deal, and that has to be done on a bipartisan basis, to be able to get a big deal done. And that's probably my biggest regret.
People refer to it as the grand bargain, I
Right.
believe. It fell apart. Do you think there's prospects in the remaining 2 years of Barack Obama's time in office and John Boehner's time as House Speaker?
Certainly there's always hope, but it's going to be very difficult. One big problem is you're starting into a presidential election cycle right now. You're going to have people on both sides of the aisle that will use it as a political weapon if in fact you try to have a grand bargain, a big deal that would give us solvency in the long term. And that's the unfortunate part of it. It's going to be very difficult. Anything is possible. And I think if the president would lead, I think it would make it very possible. But he's always been very hesitant, and the grand bargain they almost had a few years back that he walked away from, we were right there, and it didn't happen.